it is safe to say that Pattaya nightlife is just, it's not the same anymore. Jesus Christ, it is hot. Now, when I first got to Thailand, and it's safe to say that it'll probably be the same for you, when you first get here, it definitely was the case for me. The nightlife especially is gonna be in your face. It's gonna be sensory overload. Even me, spending a lot of time in clubs and stuff in America, it's a lot different here, obviously. After a year, things have changed, to say the least. Some of that stimulation has worn off a little bit. It's safe to say that a lot of things have changed for nightlife, even in the time that I've been here. And I'm not sure if it's for better or it's for worse. In the past, I don't know, probably 3 months specifically, things have changed quite a bit. If you came in the past year or so, it's safe to say that if you're planning on coming back, especially soon, that things, especially when it comes to nightlife, are gonna be a lot different. The clubs probably aren't gonna be what you remember. The bars are a lot different. Some of them aren't there anymore. Some of them have a completely different crowd. And there's certain things that I like about this, but for the most part, it's safe to say, at least in my opinion, that the Thai nightlife, it's just not the same. Oh, I know I might sound like a broken record at this point, but on a scale of 1 to hot, it's like Sofia Vergara out here today. No wind, no nothing. Ugh. Now, if you don't know, I showed up to Pattaya about a year ago. I showed up in July of 2022, and that was really after the big, thing that changed the entire world. That was really when things were back to full tilt. That's when everything was open again. All the visas and stuff were easy to get. They dropped a lot of the regulations. So I feel like a lot of people were coming back when they weren't able to be here for quite a long time. So in turn, I felt like this meant a lot of people were really excited to be here. They weren't really, complaining about small time stuff. They were just happy to be able to come back to Thailand. Obviously, I'm referencing tourists. And Thai people, for the most part, seem to be very happy that a lot of them could make money again. They could open their restaurants back up. They had a steady stream of income. And everybody just seemed like they were really happy to be back and to be back in the mix. Now, flash forward 1 year later, it's safe to say that that has changed quite a bit. I've noticed the mentality of some people has that whole allure and kind of the awe of being back and the excitement has kind of worn off a bit, which is totally understandable. And in all fairness, I don't have anything to compare it to because this is my first time here. But it definitely seems like some of the excitement and the no F's given attitude has kind of worn off a little bit. Now, that paired with me being here for a year, and if you know me personally, you'll know that I'm notorious for doing pretty much anything for a year and then just kind of being over it. It's safe to say that I don't think things are really the same here anymore. I'm kind of just over it, honestly. I've gone out quite a few times in the past couple months and it's just not really the same. I get bored of things rather quickly. I'm definitely in need of new, constant stimulation. So it's safe to say that things aren't the same, and I can pretty much guarantee that I'm not the only person feeling this way. So if you watch some of the latest videos, you'll probably know that I've got some kind of plans in the works to switch things up soon. I've got a pretty solid idea so far. So make sure you stay tuned in the later videos, and we're gonna kind of show some new things, and that way we can make a real comparison on whether things are the same everywhere or if I'm just bored of where I'm at right now. Now, of course, that's not to say if you were planning on coming to Pattaya that you should just say to hell with it and not come. Like I said earlier, when you show up, you're still gonna have that, little awe. Everything's gonna kind of be new and it's still gonna be exciting. But if you're planning on coming here long term, just try to think about how you're gonna feel, especially after a year. If that's something that you're really wanting to do a lot of the time, after a while, that's gonna kind of go away. course, Pattaya is just one very small part of Thailand that I really don't think is comparable to most of it. So if you're planning on coming and traveling around, I wouldn't really think about it too much. But maybe if you came to Pattaya late last year, you know what I mean, right after all the C word regulations kind of dropped off and everybody was really coming back for the first time, and you're planning to come back soon, I would do my best just to kind of think about that things might not be the exact same. Now, that's not to say they're better or worse, but there might be some things that you really liked when you came back last year. There might be some things you didn't like. A lot of stuff has changed. It's kind of hard to go into details about it. It's just, I don't know if it's really just me or if I'm overanalyzing things like I usually do, but I feel like a lot of stuff's different. A lot of the places that I used to like to go, it's just not the same crowd, or, you know, people that I met aren't really working there anymore. So maybe it's just time for a change. One major positive though that I can definitely throw out there that has happened in the past 2 or 3 months, it's gotten back to how things were in one aspect from when I first got here. If you look around, obviously I've filmed plenty of videos down here on the beach. It's kind of cleared out again. A lot of travelers have gone home just because it's that time of year, and we've kind of been blessed that it hasn't really been raining that much, at least here in Pattaya. When I got here this time last year, it was raining pretty much every single day. This year, maybe only 4 or 5 times, and even then it's only for 15-20 minutes at a time. When I first got here, it was raining every day, all day, and then after that stopped, it was very crowded everywhere. It was kind of hard to find stuff in stores sometimes, but this year, not the case. Now, of course, it would be foolish of me to expect things to stay the same forever. Everything changes, your mentality changes, the things that you're looking for out of life and the places that you live, it's always changing, especially for me. It might go a little faster than some people. A lot of the things that were kind of keeping me here don't really seem to have the same allure that they used to have. So, I think it's time for a change.